Hello there, my name is Peter Thompson and this DVD is one of my myths of golf series, and this myth is about changing your swing to play a sand shot. To me there's no point. You need to use your normal swing for normal sand shots to get the ball out of the sand bunker. There's little point in learning a good golf swing and then changing the whole swing just to play a short shot. I just cannot see the point. A sand wedge, the sand wedge is probably 50 years old. It's a bobby lock made by Slazenger's, Gradich, a long time ago. And the loft angle is 56 degrees. That's a lot of loft. So there's the loft angle, 56 degrees. My sand wedge that I used to use, and I was good at the sand bunkers. This is an old Wilson Staff sand wedge, and the loft angle is still 56 degrees. If you've bought a sand wedge recently, I would almost guarantee if you have the loft angle checked, it will still be 56 degrees. And there's a reason for that. Manufacturers know that you need to get the ball out of the sand bunker with their sand wedges, so they give you plenty of loft to do just that. And 56 degrees is about normal. Hasn't changed in years and years and years and years. So we have this loft and we need to use it. We also, with the sand wedge, the back edge of the sand wedge, which is this one, is lower than the front edge. So the back edge here, as you can see, is lower than the front edge. This is done on purpose by the manufacturers, so the sand wedge, when it goes into the sand, because of the shape of the sole, goes into the sand, and the sand wedge bounces out of the sand, bringing sand and the ball with it. It's part of the design. You haven't got to change your swing to do that. That's how it's designed. If it was designed to have more loft or less, then it would be, but that is a sand wedge design. Hasn't changed for years and years and years. So with your normal swing you can play a normal golf shot. With the sand wedge, out comes the ball. In the sand there are differences. Of course there are differences. The main one being you hit the sand, not the ball. You hit the sand maybe 1 inch behind the ball. Sometimes 2 inches. I always tend to go for 1 inch, because if you go 2 inches or 3 inches, you need to take out more sand, more effort involved, and longer backswings. I can't see the point of that. I'd rather have a strike 1 inch behind the ball, needing a shorter backswing, and shorter backswings on all shots give you more control. So we're going to aim 1 inch behind the ball. We're going to aim with the face square, with normal stance, normal ball position, then hit the sand 1 inch behind the ball, out comes the sand, out comes the ball with it. Be wary when you address the ball of touching the sand. If you just touch the sand even slightly, as in a hazard, any hazard, a sand bunker is a hazard. If you touch the sand at all, 2-shot penalty. So make sure you hover the club nicely above the sand, because you don't really want to get a 2-shot penalty. Probably see now that the face is pointing pretty straight, pretty square, and my feet are pointing slightly open with a normal stance. So now we can swing back normally, swing down normally, hit the sand, out comes the ball with the sand with our normal swing. That would hit the ball, I don't know, maybe this high, and most sand bunkers, the lips, this would be the lip, are not too high, but you can, as I'm sure you know, have a lip that's up here somewhere, and that then requires a changing the stance but not a change in the swing. We're going to change the stance, not the swing. We need more loft now, so to have more loft we open the face. Below where it's pointing, it's now pointing out to the right, so you've then got to turn your stance round to point to the left. So now the face is pointing square with more loft, you're pointing to the left, so you have your normal swing, which will now come out this way, and then you hit the sand quite hard and the ball will come out with the sand but go much higher because we've increased the loft angle. But it's the same swing. That's the key. There's your normal stance, normal loft angle, open the face, open the stance, and now the ball will go much higher and still straight because the face is square. Gary Player was a brilliant sandbunker player, and in one of my books I've got lots of photographs of Gary Player hitting the ball with the driver. Nice wide stance, ball inside the left heel, then he just drives the ball forward in the sandbunker. He stands closer, feet closer, hits the sand before the ball, and the impact position is the same. So there's a good example, one of the best golfers ever, using his normal swing to play a sandbunker shot, unless he wants to hit the ball higher, as we said. But then you don't change your swing, you simply change your feet, change the face, and then that automatically changes the line of your normal swing to hit the ball higher. A lob wedge, it's got maybe 60 degrees of loft, and some people think they should be banned because they make the game too easy, which I think is silly because the game is the hardest game in the world anyway. Lob wedge, 60 degrees with your normal swing, no changes whatsoever, the ball goes really high. Not very far, maybe 50 yards, 60 yards, but really high with your normal swing. Lyle, he won the Masters, I think it's about 1970, and on the 18th hole in the last round he needed a 4 to tie, but he pulled his tee shot into a sandbunker. Got to the ball was lying beautifully on top of the sand, fortunately for him. I guess the ball ran into the sand so it would lie pretty flat. Took out a 7-iron with his normal swing. He hit the ball first, didn't touch the sand at all, normal swing, hit the ball came out of the sand, out of the bunker, over another bunker, onto the green, and then he holed the putt for a 3 to win. One of the best shots I've ever seen. The key thing is he had his normal swing. I've also got Lyle's swing on my computer when he won the Open Championship, and he still had his normal swing with the driver, same swing with a sand wedge, or with a 7-iron in this case. So please, when you're in the sand, don't try and change your swing. People that I teach, often they come in and they say, well, my swing's okay with a 7-iron, not so good with a driver, not bad with a 4-iron, and they go through the whole range of golf clubs thinking they have a different swing for each golf club. And I try to convince them that the swing's the same. Driver, through the sand wedge, same swing. To hit different shots, change the stance, maybe change the ball position, but please don't try and change your swing. So before you play again, go into a sand bunker and try aiming the face where you want the ball to go to, as with all golf shots. Try looking at the sand 1 inch behind the ball, then with your normal swing, just hit the sand behind the ball and see what happens. I think you'd be very surprised because the ball will just plop out all by itself. So that is one of my myths of golf, that a sand shot needs a different swing from your normal game, from your normal swing. I don't think it does. Try it. It'll work. Thank you for listening. Thank you very much.